Here we are. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, here we go, here we go, here we go again. Woo! Good
Morning.
morning. Good morning, goddesses.
I'm
Welcome
just
to
gonna say
me.
happy day, whatever
Morning.
day it is. Happy
Woo.
day.
It's a happy day. It's a slap happy day for me right now because
Mm.
I've gotten maybe 3 hours of sleep, maybe two, maybe two. I feel like I
Something.
just laid down and I
You
heard
close your
my
eyes.
phone and
That's
I
what
was like,
happened. You just close your
oh,
eyes.
I just closed my eyes
Yep.
and it's
And
time for
you're
me to
like,
get up. Oh
oh,
my
here we
God, somebody
go.
help me.
I was
Help
I was up
me.
at 4. I have
Mm-hmm.
a whole. I'm sure there's a whole notebook. I'm hoping I can read my own writing. Um, hey Alice, and there's some stuff I needed to write down. And the funny thing is, I think they've written down the pages before, but there were some key things when I'm like, I need to get these things done in the next 22 days.
Mm-mm-mm.
Being
Is that
specific,
what we have? We have 22 days left.
2 days. That's what he's working with right now. 22.
22,
22.
22. I love
22.
that
Your
number.
favorite number, 22.
22,
22.
22.
That's it.
All right,
So,
all right.
Grand Rising.
Yes,
Joy is in the
Grand
house.
Rising. Hey, Alice.
Joy, joy, joy. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Woo.
So today we have a message.
Do we have a message? Do we really?
They already heard the message. We don't know what day it is. We don't know what's happening. Okay, we just here.
Yes,
Join
we
us.
are
And
here.
now it's a party because we have Belle the voice in the house.
Hey,
It's
it's
What
a
a
party,
up?
it's a
party.
party, it's a party. Look, I'm really slap happy, y'all.
Belle is like, it's
I'm
too
trying to
soon. It's
hold
too
it
early
together.
for
I'm
this.
telling you.
She's like, it is only 7.
Look.
7:07. 7:07,
Hey,
please.
we are goddesses. We can have a party anytime, day or night. Don't even
We
play that
say
game.
pop-up party. That's what's happening. A pop-up party.
Come say bye do ya kanga no
Yeah, yep.
and nanga see
And it's done.
Hey,
kinakanda beat.
Yeah. Make sure the hips are in place. We need the hips to be in
Oh,
place. Yep.
even
You're
in the
gonna feel it.
chair. I was reminded how old I
Yep.
am. Ooh, okay.
Yep.
mm.
Young at
No,
heart.
that feels
Good
good to
morning,
me. It
Belinda.
just, you know what? I'm just thinking about all of the things. So I started making a list. Remember, I started talking about um your secret sauce, your ingredients for living. And I was like, you know what? Let me make this list. So I started making a list.
Your secret sauce.
What's your secret sauce, right? What's that thing? What are those things that make your life your own?
Well, we had a
And
whole conversation about herbs and spices yesterday, Val. So we
Yeah.
know our ingredients.
Yeah.
we've been
Mm-hmm.
talking about ingredients for a minute. But like what are the things that you love to do, or the things that make you you? And so
Mm.
I was like, I started writing this list. And so I put boxing at the top of the list, and I,
Mm.
I put belly dancing at the top of the list.
Yeah, Val is shocked.
And
She's like, what?
what,
News to
boxing
me?
and belly dancing?
She's
And
like,
like
news to
they
me.
sound like they don't go together,
Yeah.
but like they just do. I don't know.
They're alliteration of bees.
She's
There
like,
you
that
go.
work. That work. That work
There
for
you
me.
go. But so on one side of the list, I just started writing what I loved. And then on the other side of the list, I started writing why I stopped,
Hmm.
and because I'm still on this mission to live my best life, to slay my best life, to do the
Mm-hmm.
things that, I want to do. And I'm like, why did I stop doing that? Like, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Even we talked about the massages yesterday, and getting the
Yeah.
massage twice a month was great for me. Like, my body felt good, So that is not where I wanted to go today, but that's where
Mm. Well, we there. We there.
that's
Here we are.
Park the car and get out.
Yay!
Here we are. It's happening. So
My,
gonna roll with it.
we gonna keep rolling
Yep.
too. So what's today?
Rolling. It is.
Thursday. Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, so the question I had already had this question up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the question is, What do you want for you? So let me give you the message, and then let's talk about this question. What do you want for you? What do you want for your life? What do you want for you in this moment? What do you want for
Mm.
you in the next year? Like, what do you
Mm-hmm.
want for you? All right. So, whew, let's see, where am I?
Where
Once
are
you
we?
changed your mind about who you are, I am in I am her, by the way, page 26, 27. I'm somewhere in there. I
Mm.
am somewhere in there. Look, and you see me squinting, my mother would be like, "You still don't have your glasses." No, I don't have my glasses right here. Anyway,
Mhm.
once you changed your mind about who you are, change what you are focusing on in your life. Set your sights on developing the best you by following your inner wisdom, your own divine guidance systems. Follow your guidance systems lead. It's there within you. It is. Everything you need is there. So once your mind and focus change, your life will have to change too, and it will do so automatically. You will look back and see a life and a person that you no longer even recognize. And remember, every woman is so much more than the exterior of her beauty. And it's always my hope, always my prayer that she herself sees that within herself. And I know that that's not always the case, but if by chance that one girl, that one woman finds herself reading or hearing these words, I hope she gets the message. You guys are my sisters. I will never do anything to interfere with what you want for you, because whatever you do has to be right and true for you. I love you and only want what's best for you. So let's get back to my question. And the question is, what do you want for you? What do you
Well,
want for you? Now, you might not be able to answer that like fully, and we can sit down and have a whole conversation about it, of course, but what do you want for you?
well, I'm gonna actually spill the tea. I know what I
Spill the tea. Come on, tell me. Inquiring minds want to know.
lean in. Come on, lean in for this one. Let's go. Lean in. Okay. I want a juicy love. Yeah.
Girl.
And I'm talking romantic love because
Romantic.
I
Mhm.
love myself. I love the Lord. I love all that. But Lord, where is he? I mean, I have a person floating around in my orbit right now, but my thing is land the plane
Right.
now. And I ain't going to be waiting for you in 2022. I
Hey,
will be moving on. Keep on moving.
don't stop till the
You know
end.
that
Yeah,
song.
what are you doing?
Yes.
Keep on moving.
Yeah. So
Mm.
and then it's kind of that I feel like I've been paying attention to my health and my wellness and listening to my body. We talked about that yesterday,
Yes. Yeah.
Tracy. Yeah, just
Mhm.
listening. And I'm just going to tune in more. And I'm going to now share the wealth. I feel like I feel inspired by you, Tracy, in sharing the wealth of knowledge in your books of and how you share your nowisms, the I am her. Like you've put it out there. Like, look, I'm sharing with the world. You are nursing in a different capacity, which is
Yes.
really, really beneficial to many. So I need to do the same thing. And from your lane of that, I'm going to be thinking in 2022 masterclass. How can I help other people do what we're doing? Podcasting. So yeah.
Yes. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, because there are many of us out there who, and we all have stories to tell,
Mm-hmm.
and things to teach, but we're scared to step out there. You want me to do what?
I
You want me
know.
to get up and show my face or talk in the morning or whenever, and I don't know how to do all of that. People are scared of it.
I
People
know. Good morning, Belinda. And she said something. She wants to renew her CPA license and
mm-hmm,
improve her relationship with her with Aaron, her son. and enjoy the new love of her life. This,
Yes.
see, juicy love or regular love. It could be any kind of love. I don't know.
Right. So yesterday during the Clubhouse edition of Me Moments in the Morning, that was one thing that I made the announcement that I picked 3 big things, and those are the things that I work on for the year, right? And so it's probably more like 18 months because usually around my birthday is when I choose what I really want. But I've been thinking about this. Juicy love for sure, Belinda said. Yes, juicy love for sure. Um, but I've been thinking about this and I'm like, I've been so busy in life just writing and doing all these things the past couple of years that I don't feel as though I poured all of that juicy love into myself as much as I could.
Mm.
Right. So
Mhm.
I made
Yep.
the announcement yesterday that I want to have like the greatest romance that's never been told. Right. And that's a romance that I want to have with myself.
Mhm.
Starting the year off with myself. But the reason that I'm starting with myself is because I do want to open myself up to that juicy love that's out there. Because it's out there, you can settle if you so
Mm.
choose. But I'm gonna start with loving on me, like just more. And I've been thinking about exactly what that means for me. And I'll figure it out. But
Mhm.
yep, I want juicy love too.
All right.
I'm gonna give it to me first.
Everyone accepts Val. Belinda say yes to that.
Yes.
Tracy's like, I want some for myself, and then, and then.
And then.
What about you, Marie?
Mm. Turn the circle around.
Turn up it
Yep. A
around.
full
Yeah.
turn.
Turn it upside
A
down.
full, yeah. Well, get the chandelier. Then at this point, we up there. You're like, oh my goodness. I may still make that phone call because I want to be somewhere new, not living necessarily, but I've always had this dream of being in a loft. And I now realize I don't have to live in one necessarily. So as I'm planning these, I don't know what to call them, these
Event
oasis traveling
parties. Oh, yes, yes,
or
yes.
parties, or they might be escapes. I don't know what they're going to be exactly.
I like escapes.
An escape. Yep. Get the 911 room. That's what I'm looking for now. In any
Staycation.
city.
Yeah.
The
Any city.
staycations
Yep.
that I say.
But I need the loft. I want it to be that because initially it was just like one day, and I'm like, one day at this point is like what? When I'm like, semi, and I don't even want to use the R word because I'm not one of those who's gonna retire into anything. And that's the beauty of living a full life throughout versus waiting for the golden whatever and all that kind of stuff. So the loft living, the traveling, I know at least next year I need to be at least 3 different places. There's a possibility Antigua will be one.
Ooh.
And I tend to do those extended long weekends, and I just fit that in and go somewhere. But I was still thinking, is there a possibility of waking up somewhere on the 1st or waking up somewhere in the new year? That's not like, but looking at tickets, I'm like, woo, this is crazy. But definitely first book will be published. The book or the books, the series are coming. The series are coming. So that's in the works. And there's always more. So it's one of those things where I'm like, a lot of them where I don't even say them. And sometimes I'm like, what is happening? I was telling Tracy, I was telling Val, I was telling Tracy about this whole, the Queen of Seeds came in yesterday into the wellness room. I don't know if you were there when we have that someone from, she's originally from Jamaica. And so she was talking about her business, which was like all seeds. And we started having this whole conversation with spices and plants and this. I'm like, who sent you?
I know.
Who sent you?
I know.
It was just like, I was like, how could this be so in alignment? And it's literally first time meeting all these beautiful things. And I'm just like, Lord, thank you, Belinda. Belinda's looking forward to my books. She did put the S. And Mountain Spirit has been calling these books into place when I never even announced to her anything was coming. He's like, I see a book. I'm like, you see a book? You see it written completely? Like, when is book? She's like, I see a book. He's like, Marie, don't you have something to announce? I'm like, announce what exactly? The book. Like,
The book.
book.
But
The book.
confirmation is everywhere. It's
like
always
the book.
going to hit you in the face. Everybody is always going to say something about a seed, a plant, momentum, joy.
Something.
It's always because, you know, when
Something.
you are on the right track doing the right thing, it just happens like that.
And then they'll be like,
Mhm.
when can I get it? I'm
Right.
like, when can you get it? When?
Order
Send me
mine
somewhere
now.
to pick it up.
Right.
When can I get it? I know Belinda's going to ask me that real soon. So, before the end of the year, the
So is it
first,
available yet? Where is it? Come on.
something. So,
So I mean, so Marie, have you started at least the outline of the books, or you like got like a, I guess, a treatment? I'm sorry, I come from the film world.
oh yeah, you
What
thinking
got?
film? Oh no, the book is written, and so it's a collection of poetry, and many of you have heard pieces of it on purpose. And so when people hear pieces, they're like the whole. Now they're like, give me the whole pie. Where is it? Like, what flavor is this? And so I have at least. It's been at least 3 months. I think I have at least 45 poems ready to go. So now it's all about the cover and what that's going to be. But even before the book, the journal, that's why the seed concept is crazy, because my first journal will be planting seeds. So it was just interesting, but it is in the works, right? So that will be first, and then the collection of poetry. But the one thing I'm going to share with everyone is I'm going to do a survey to get the titles, to get a title, to pick one. And I want to engage everyone in that process. Even though some have been around, people have favorites already. Okay.
Mhm.
And so they're like, that one, how about that one?
Right.
And you have favorite. What's your favorite, Tracy? You have a favorite? Like our favorite.
My favorite is the initial title.
Which is what? Tell me before my
Uh,
short-term memory. Which is what exactly?
You really want me to pull something out of my head today? The one
I think
the
you have becoming and unbecoming is probably your favorite.
becoming and unbecoming, right? But there are people who, you know, are saying the whole thing about Michelle Obama's becoming.
Yep.
I'm like, get out of here. That's not
Like,
the same.
oh, no, actually it was funny because
And
Mountain
wait,
Kid
though,
was like, what? That never came to my mind. Who?
it never came to my mind until you said those words.
Yeah.
Because I know you and I know the poetry that you write. And so and it was just, is to me it is so appropriate. Becoming and unbecoming. Maybe it'll be a big word, and then the subtitle could be becoming and unbecoming, because that's what a lot of your poetry is. Yeah.
So we're getting a request from Belinda
Oh,
to read an excerpt from a poem. So we got people here. We got your cheerleading section in the chat.
That's
This is exciting. So let's cheer. Let's go, Marie. Let's go, Marie. Let's go, Marie.
Roll
Let's
right
go,
in.
Marie.
You know, the funny thing is, I felt like Belinda may have heard a poem. She never heard a poem.
She did. When we were talking about fuckery.
Oh, good gracious. Okay, well, my thing is the audience that is listening to us and watching us right now may not have been blessed.
This
with
is
the
true.
poem.
Yeah, and it's some of it too. You've heard pieces of them. I think I read Gunna was the last one I read, and even combined that one in a speech. Bell knows. But As I Am was the other one I thought a lot of people liked, because he felt like a combination of affirmation. And I think that's why I love putting them together, because it's easier, because now it's like I feel like a musician. People's like, say that poem. Where's that song? It's like, we don't need the new one. Just say that one you said last time. And you're just like, really? Hey, Janice.
Good morning, Janice.
That's mommy. Hi, mommy.
That's mommy.
That's mommy.
That's such a blessing.
So since it's funny, like what you're saying about you, because the Gunna poem really makes sense, right? Because that was the one where I'm literally asking myself, you could say, but I started by saying, aren't you sick and tired of Gunna and someday? Because a lot of the things we're saying now, like the things we're going to do, and I literally said it, you know what I'm talking about. You all know, literally. So that poem is more of that conversation, you know. So I'm
Right.
like, that thing you said you're gonna
You
do,
know
that
you're not getting out of here without reading a piece of reading something though, right? You know we're not leaving this
that is
morning.
the poem. That's the poem, literally.
I know that's what it is, but you're
Mhm.
not getting away with just saying what we're talking about. We
Oh, no,
want
no,
to
no.
hear.
What
Okay.
you're hearing right now, that is the poem.
Okay. Okay.
Seriously.
Okay.
I heard it.
Val,
Literally,
did
the
you
poem
put it
is
in the
called
chat?
Gonna.
Gonna.
Yes,
Gonna.
I've heard that poem. Can we get a couple of lines from that, please?
Yes.
That's what I'm waiting for.
First line. Aren't you sick and tired of gonna and someday?
Okay.
That's the first one. You know what I'm talking about. That thing you said you're gonna do, that dream you claim you're gonna chase, that place you said you're gonna travel to, the one you said you're gonna open your heart to. You know who and what I'm talking about. Well, I finally see where you at. I get it. You just talking. You just gonna. Got it. So that one feels different. So that's like the first excerpt of it. And it's amazing because I think a lot of time people don't realize that's the piece, because it's literally a conversation where you're like, I'm talking to you.
I'm sitting here like, you had
That's
already
the
started.
poem.
I'm sorry. That was my bad. My bad.
And those,
Okay.
no. But it's direct in a way where I'm like, I'm talking to myself. And so,
Yeah.
but it's also things you hear from people. And so the next excerpt says, I know exactly where you at, where you think you all will be. You exactly where you always been, safely rooted in your comfort, comfortable in your discomfort. That's your zone. That's your lane. That's your cozy spot. I know exactly where to find you, where you think you are, will be, exactly where you've always been. But you keep talking, you keep thinking. Let me ask you, aren't you sick and tired of gonna? Are you willing to release gonna before the clock stops ticking? And that's the poem, Belinda. And it fits perfectly with today, which is crazy because I had no warning. Special request from the fans, from the audience. The goddesses have requested.
Yes, the goddesses.
Literally,
We love to request wisdom when we hear it. When we hear wisdom,
tell
we
me
like it because
one.
it sounded so good. It was a conversation. Tracy didn't even
Yep,
know
she said,
that was the
really?
poem.
I'm like, oh, that's right.
Give it to me. This
Is
is
that
it.
the poem? Oh,
Which
we in it.
means
We already in it.
we in it. We always in it. Which means it's literally what you said in terms of I write about what I'm living. The things you hear me say most of the time, it's literally you see it in the book in terms of a lot of time we see it. Like even the questions we're asking now, and that's the question, even when we do jam, women have the hardest time with even saying one thing they want.
They want, but they can tell you everything they don't want.
Oh, I don't want this.
Right.
I
don't want that.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this next year. I'm gonna. Okay, next.
Gonna.
I'm thinking about going here. You know, someday,
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the love of my life. Someday, I'm gonna have time to start writing, to start drawing, to start whatever that thing is. And so that's the thing and many people, and I started even tying it with the wellness and health stuff. Oh, I'm gonna start eating better. I'm gonna start walking. I'm gonna start sleeping earlier. And this morning it's like, okay, on Friday's the day. I'm gonna do it. Friday's the day. And you have those conversations like, let me just have this now. And then what you gonna do, right? Just do it. Val is like, do it. Do it.
Just do it.
And then it stick to your head because now when you go in there and you're like, I want to be healthy. I don't know. Now it's not the right time. And that's why the ticking. So I think even when I read it in a separate room, again, that was also random. I had a clock ticking as I was reading it. And it was just like one of those things where I'm like, really? And when I'm done, and when it's done, it's done. And that's the thing people don't realize. It's like, as you coming up with your excuses, as you're like, I'm uncomfortable, I don't want to. And then you think you have someday. Who told you have someday? Who told you tomorrow you're going to be able to get it done?
Right.
Who?
Yeah, and I think that people are forgetting, as much as we say, oh my gosh, I don't have any money, and what am I going to do financially? And people focus in on that particular aspect, but what's more valuable than money is time. Time is something you can't get back.
Nope.
That's a currency
Mm-mm.
that you cannot get back. And I have to be very picky about where I spend my time with. What do I spend my time listening to, allowing to come into my eyes and watch?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter
Yep.
of I don't want to waste time anymore because I don't know how much time I have left. I have been blessed to make it to this age. This
Mm-hmm.
is wonderful. And I mean, unfortunately, I've had a lot of people, friends of mine, who've had their family members, and then of course some of my family members, have gone on. They've
Mhm.
transitioned. So it's a matter of that currency, thinking about time as a currency. Like, would you waste $100? Or would you give excuses for wasting $100?
Mhm.
No, you wouldn't. So you should be trying to do something now, right now. Let me get
Well,
off
what do
my
you want?
soapbox. I'm off my soapbox. Okay, here we go.
No, I love the soapbox. What do you want?
What do
And
you
the
want?
other question is, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because we can talk all day long about what we want, but if we
Mhm.
don't take some action, if we don't at least put it out into the atmosphere, it's never gonna come.
Yeah.
It's
And
never gonna come.
and oh, good, somebody said amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Amen, Dale. Amen. That's Belinda. Uh-huh.
Oh my,
Preach.
the
Yeah.
well, I will say this, guys, take the time to like the video that you're looking at right now. And for the folks
Yes.
listening, go ahead and subscribe. Slay with Trey. This is what we're doing every morning. Well, at least every morning from Tuesday to Saturday. That's what we're
Yes.
doing. We're slaying, and we're getting these gems, sharing these
Mhm.
gems with people because you're spending your time. This is a valuable currency. With Tracy,
Absolutely.
myself, and Dr. Marie, we appreciate you.
Yes, we do. And with that, we are complete this morning, goddesses. Thank you so much for joining us for Me Moments in the Morning. If you are ready for part two, come on over to Clubhouse, where we're going to get together and we're sharing our gratitude, intention, our affirmations of the day. That gives you the opportunity to chime in, to give life to those things that you say you want, right? So let's do it. All right. Much love to you all. We'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning.
Have a
Bye.
great day. Peace.
Peace.